Okay, Alan, buddy, this is for you. So when you get into the range, you load into the range as whatever agent. I just stay on Phoenix because it's default. But you get into the range, you're gonna hit F3. You're gonna put easy and off, just to get everything ready. Then you're gonna buy a Vandal, and you're gonna buy a Sheriff, and you're gonna make your way over to the target, the big bullseye target. And you're gonna use your Sheriff, and you're gonna shoot at 20 meters. And then you're going to take out your Vandal. You're going to aim in the center of this circle here, the smallest one. And your goal is to control your spray and keep it inside of this ring here. That's your goal. That's your goal, to keep your spray inside of this area here. So we start here. And your goal is to keep your spray inside of that circle. And you just shoot your whole clip. Do your whole clip, and then you do it again. See, I jerked my mouse left a little bit there, and that happened. But you do that with all 3 clips in your gun. So you have 3 clips, 25 bullets each, so empty out your gun. Just empty out your gun. Once your gun is empty, you rebuy it, use your Sheriff, and hit 2. And then do it again. You do this 3 times with the Vandal. So do this again, you empty out all your bullets, you rebuy it, hit clear, and then you shoot, empty all your bullets, and then you buy a Phantom, and you hit clear. And then you do the same thing with the Phantom 3 times. So shoot, empty out empty out all of the ammo in the Phantom. Each clip you're controlling the spray for the entire clip. And you do that 3 times. Before you start your last Phantom run, you should have no bullets left in this Sheriff. So that's kind of a way I used to count as well, to help me count it. So you would shoot this, and you would have 0 bullets in the Sheriff, and then you would do your last Phantom run. After you do that, you can rebuy Sheriff, buy yourself a Guardian. I'm going to come back up and into the main area of the range, turn infinite ammo back to on, and then we're going to come in here. And we're going to stand at about this distance away from this wood pillar here. And then we're going to do this. Dead zoning. So try to get a little bit further away from the walls. But try to keep it close and consistent and at a good speed. Every time I get distracted, I fucked up. But you do that. Just do it for however long feels good for you. I usually do it for about like a minute or so, because I'm just constantly doing that motion over and over. So it's a lot of reps in a short amount of time anyways. And then once you're done with that, you kind of just stay at the same distance about. And then you come over to the end of this wooden pillar here. And then you're just going to strafe. Just counter strafe and shoot. Strafe, counter strafe, shoot. And you're going to do that along the entire distance of the wall, until you reach the side of this pillar, and then you just go the same way back and do this, or go the other way back and do the same thing. Sorry. So you can choose whether or not you want to do it fast, do it slow. I try to time it to where, like, I'm doing a full swing. Like, if I'm swinging somebody doing a peek, I kind of time that how I want to do it. So once I get to, like, full speed on movement is where I kind of try to shoot it, and then sometimes I speed up, sometimes we do that. Anyways, after that, we're going to come here, take out our Sheriff, and we're going to go to practice. This is a newer edition, but this is something I like to do to warm up a little bit as well. So I just get close to the bots, and you can choose whether or not you want to stand in the center of them, or if you want to stand in front of them, or if you want to stand on the side of them. I would recommend kind of just moving around as it goes. But I've noticed that when I do this, it's kind of like I think it's the Sheriff animation. The way the Sheriff recoil looks with the gun when you shoot. It kind of, I don't know, it does something with the timing for me. And it's different than using a rifle or even a Guardian. But yeah, I'm just strafing with all of these shots. I'm just strafing with all of them, and I'm just trying to maintain a continuous motion, so I'm like trying not to stop moving as much as possible. Just always moving, flicking around, looking for good bots to shoot at, you know. So I do that for a couple minutes, right? And honestly, I don't know if the fucking game is too loud while I'm talking. But, you know, just for the time being, I might just turn the volume down just to make it a little bit easier. And then I'm also going to take a vape break. Okay, so next up, you've done your practice like this with the bots. So you're going to undo that, and then you're just going to start your easy bots, right? So we're going to do easy, medium, and hard. You start it, you stand here and aim at the middle of the wooden pillar, and when a bot spawns, say if it spawns over here, you're just going to, for the easy bots, you're going to slowly and smoothly move your crosshair to the bot. The goal here is not to be fast, it is to be accurate, and for me, like, I put emphasis on this one because the goal for this for me is to keep my crosshair movement at a straight line, like horizontally, but keeping it a smooth and fluent movement. So I'm not like doing something like this. I want to move my crosshair smooth and fluent. So, and then once you shoot the bot, you bring it back to the center of the wooden beam, and then repeat the process for all the bots. You do the same thing for medium, and you do the same thing for hard. So I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like. So this is for easy. This is the most important. It's hard to go slow on these ones, but you kind of want to just make sure you keep yourself... I'm talking. You kind of just want to keep yourself at a slow, fluent pace. You want fluid movement. You want smooth movement, and you want to keep your crosshair at head level at all times. So left to right, I mean, I might be a little high or a little low at times, but as you move your crosshair left to right, it should be at head level at all times. And then you're just focusing on hitting the shot. That's all you're doing. You're focusing on your technique with your crosshair and your movement. You're focusing on keeping it smooth and calm and fluid and fluent, whatever you want to say, and you're focused on hitting that shot and staying at head level. That's what you're focused on. Okay, and then you do the same thing for medium, except this one's a little different, obviously, because it's a little faster, right? So for this one, I kind of use it to help me practice my micro flicks, I guess you could say. So, like, I'll do a flick towards the bot, kind of get fast to do a fast movement towards the bot, and then I'll do a small little flick at the end to finish the movement and kill it, because it's a little bit easier to do it that way for me on medium. So I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like. But it's the same rules. Keep your crosshair in the middle pillar, and as they spawn, you flick to the bot or move your crosshair to them. You don't really want to flick too much for this this drill, but you obviously do need to speed it up a little bit. That's why I try to do the two separate movements, like the little micro flick there. Sometimes it doesn't really work out. But yeah, you get the gist. Ooh. So you do that for all 30 bots. My goal on easy is obviously 30. You should hit all 30 bots because you're taking it slow and smooth, and you're focusing on hitting the shot with that practice of your movement and technique. So you should always get 30 on easy. If you don't, run it again, because you need to get 30 on easy. For medium, my goal is 25. If I hit 25, I feel like I'm good enough to move on to hard bots. So when I go to hard bots, it's the same concept, except this one is literally just flicks. You know, middle pillar, they spawn, you flick, and then back. This one, it's hard to hit the bots for me, very hard that spawn out there. But it's obviously a little bit easier to hit the bots on the inside. And I don't really focus on this too much for like serious training, because it's just literally just flicks. But it helps me with focusing on my crosshair in a very short amount of time. So let's see if I can hit any here or not. That might be all I got for you. Yeah, sometimes I tag them in the shoulder or chest a lot too. It's rough. Oh! He spawned off to the right, off center. No, okay, anyways. So you do that. I do that twice because it's a very fast drill, obviously, because it's hard. So I do that twice. And when I'm consistent, my goal is 10. At least 10. That's my average anyways, so that's my goal, is to hit 10. When you're done with that, what you want to do is then put it back onto easy bots. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand a little further back. You're going to hit start. And if a bot spawns on the right side of this line here, you strafe left. And you flick past the target. So you should flick past and then use your movement to drag your crosshair onto their head. And you do the same thing vice versa if they're on the left. So when you do easy, it'll look a little bit something like this. And then I like to strafe back to the middle anyways. So easy is pretty easy to get through, but you can fuck up sometimes. Your goal here should be to get 28, but and also, like, if you move the wrong direction, if they spawn on the right side and you move to the right, you're supposed to start over, but I'm not that strict about it. But just practice this. They spawn on the left side, I'm trying to flick to the left and then drag my crosshair onto their head, like that, and then the same thing with the right. I'm woofing a lot, but I'm kind of just focused on explaining it anyways. But then you do the same thing on medium. And that one is a little bit harder, obviously. But once you get 28 on easy, then you'll go to medium. So... oh, fuck. They spawn so close to the line, and it makes me question where the fuck they're even at. That guy was in the middle. That's crazy. Oh, I fucked up. So, I'm trying to overflick and drag, but it just doesn't work out as well for me on the medium bots. And like, stop spawning in the middle. I have to choose a side. And when they spawn very far left, it's hard for me to move my hand over there and whatnot. But that's what you want to do. But focus on doing that on easy first. Just strafe off opposite direction. Over flick a little bit, drag your crosshair onto their head, stop and shoot. You know, use your movement if you're counter strafing. When you're done with that part, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to eliminate 50, take out your guardian, hit start, and you're to come over onto the right side here. And then what you want to do for this drill is you want to strafe at all times. The only time you want to be like not moving, the only time you want to stop and not be moving is when you're shooting. When you're not shooting, you should be moving. And since it's a guardian, obviously you're going to be moving a lot. So pick a side to start on. You can strafe left, you can strafe right on it. It doesn't matter. But you just want to keep it a continuous movement of just strafing. And then as the bots spawn around, you want to try to use, like, you want to overflick. You want to overflick and you want to drag your crosshair onto them. Because the purpose of this drill for me is to practice my timing on hitting those headshots as well as the accuracy. So if I'm strafing or swinging, or if I get caught off guard as I'm running through the map or something, I want to practice that timing and that accuracy onto the bot. So this is what it will kind of look like. And if you miss, it's fine. Just keep moving. Oh god. Yep, just keep moving if you miss, as if you would in an actual gunfight, because if you miss, you wouldn't just stand still anymore. You know what I mean? And they will spawn close to you sometimes, and if you move further up, because as you strafe to the side, you might go forwards and backwards. So they might spawn in front of you, behind you, if you're like in this area here. But this is just what you want to be doing, constantly moving and focusing on the timing of the shot as well as the accuracy. So you want to hit that first shot, you want one pass. You don't want to miss. Missing is bad for this drill, but that's just the focus of it. Accuracy, precision, and timing. As well as obviously your movement, counter strike. That helps this too, because this helps you get used to moving and shooting and hitting headshots. My time for this, on average, consistently, like for like playing good and being consistent, is usually like high 60s to low 70s. And then that's it. That's the warm-up. Then I'll get off and go play a deathmatch with Sheriff only, or Guardian only, or some shit. If I do the full routine anyways. But that's the warm-up. That's how you do that.